This is our first lesson, which will be on the topic Introduction to Benzene and its Derivatives. So we are beginning the unit 1, and this is the first topic, a basic introduction to benzene and its derivatives. The things are already written on the screen. I do not need to write anything else. The only task is to make you understand the concept. So I want you to pay attention to the things which are being discussed. Grab the concept. The notes which have been prepared are very well designed to build concept, support you in writing theory exams, and to help you qualify multiple choice question based exams like GPAT. But with this video, I will only insist you to grab the concept right. So without further ado, let us straight go to the topic benzene and its derivatives. I'm sure you have heard of this name benzene. As if you are a graduate student, I'm sure you have studied about this compound in past. This is one chemical compound. You can call it an organic molecule, which is one of the most studied one. It is usually taught whenever you study aromatic organic chemistry. This is the first compound that is usually taught. The structure of benzene is this. This is how you can draw the structure of benzene. You simply have to draw a hexagonal ring and you have to place 3 double bonds inside it, and the position of double bond is alternative to single bond. That means there is one double bond, there is one single bond, followed by there is one double bond, and this is followed by single bond. So that is how the 6 faces of the hexagonal ring are. 3 are double bond and 3 are single bond. You can also change the position of double bonds. So this is another way of writing the structure of benzene. Both of these forms are correct. If you want to show the structure of benzene, you may prefer to write any of these forms and the structure would be considered right. Actually, there is one more form in which you can write the structure of benzene, and the form is you have to draw the hexagonal ring, and followed this you draw a circle inside it. The circle is showing that the double bonds and the single bonds are actually partial single and double bonds. Actually, this representation is more accurate. The third representation which we have seen, the third one is the most accurate. But anyways, in our day-to-day life, all these 3 forms of representation of benzene would be considered correct. So this was the 2D representation. On the extreme right, we have the 3D representation of benzene. You can see there are 6 carbons. The things which are shown in black are the carbon atoms. So if you do the count, you will find that there are 6 carbon atoms, and on each carbon there is 1 hydrogen atom. So the count of hydrogen atoms is also 6. That means if you write the molecular formula of benzene, then this will be C6H6. I want you to understand the concept. Whatever that is written in the text will be available to you. So for the lecture part, I want you to focus on the concept, and if you get the concept, you will get the text also, and you will be able to qualify the theory exams and the competitive exams. The video is going to help you in building the concept. So I hope you have got that. Benzene is composed of 6 carbons and 6 hydrogens. And there are 3 double bonds which are conjugated to each other. The word conjugation means that the position of double bond is like this. There is one double bond followed by single bond followed by double bond. So these two double bonds can be considered in conjugation. We will study what conjugation actually is. Conjugation is actually signifying the delocalization of the pi electrons. We will study these things in detail. Do not worry about understanding these concepts at right away. Now, benzene is one compound. You can place different groups on benzene, so these will become derivatives of benzene. Because benzene is going to be a common structure, and if you place different groups on benzene, then the molecule which has been formed after placing this group would be called the derivative of benzene. So this is the meaning of the term benzene and its derivatives. We should look at some of the examples. Here there is a big slide and which contains a lot of benzene derivatives. All of these structures are actually benzene derivatives. Let us see some of them. If we focus on this molecule, we can see that benzene is attached with fluorine, or you can say fluorine is attached over benzene, and the molecule is called fluorobenzene. So has it become a derivative of benzene? The answer is yes. You substitute benzene with any group, the molecule that you get can be called the derivative of benzene. Likewise, you put a chloro group, it becomes chlorobenzene, and yes, it is the example of benzene derivatives. Likewise, there are many more. There are some important ones, like if you put a methyl group on benzene, this becomes methyl benzene, and there is a unique name for it, and that unique name is toluene. That means the benzene with methyl is called toluene. Benzene with hydroxy is called phenol. This is a unique name for it. We usually don't call it hydroxybenzene, but we call it phenol. It's a unique name. Sometimes we shorten things out. Like somebody has a big name and we call them with a relatively small name. You usually call it nickname. So you can understand this thing similarly, that hydroxybenzene is not used. Instead, we use phenol. And phenol is such a popular compound and a popular name. It is usually used as a disinfectant in household work, and there are many more applications to phenol. I'm sure you have heard about this word. Let us see some more examples, like if you put a carbon oxygen oxygen H. So if you put a COOH group on benzene, then this thing is called benzoic acid. This is again a unique name. Likewise, there are many more. NH2 group on benzene is called aniline. OCH3 group on benzene is called anisole. Nitro group on benzene is called nitrobenzene. So all the examples that we have just discussed are called the derivatives of benzene. You can write it as example. If the question is asked to write a note on benzene and its derivatives, then all the structures you have studied can be written as the examples of benzene and its derivatives. Likewise, the examples are mentioned here. You can give the example of toluene, xylene, chlorobenzene, and phenol. So we have studied that all these compounds are benzene derivatives. Now, benzene derivatives are also termed as benzenoids. This is a short name for this big group of words. You can call this big group of words with this term benzenoids. It means benzene and its derivatives are nothing but benzenoids. There is one more term which is aromatic compounds. Now the compounds which were discovered in the earlier years of discovery, when these compounds were actually getting discovered, benzene and the derivatives of benzene, usually these compounds had characteristic smell. So that is why they were given the name aromatic compounds. The word aromatic comes from the word aroma. Aroma means pleasant smelling. Because all of these compounds were having characteristic smell, it does not matter whether the smell is actually pleasant to the senses or no, but almost all these compounds were having characteristic smell. So that is why such type of compounds were known as aromatic compounds. So this way I have made you understand and gave you an introduction to benzene and its derivatives. I have told you what this benzene compound actually is. It's an organic compound which can be written with 3 different forms. All these 3 forms are acceptable to write. Then I have shown you the 3D structure of benzene. We will discuss the geometrical parameters in further lessons because it is going to be a deeper talk to talk on the structure of benzene. Then there are other compounds which are called derivatives of benzene because they have benzene structure in common and can have different groups attached to it, and there can be unique names to these structures. There is a term also to designate such compounds. The term is benzenoid, and these compounds are also called aromatic compounds because these compounds had characteristic smell, and that is why this word was given to them out of a word which is aroma. So that is all for this video. In the next video we are going to start a new topic which is nomenclature of derivatives of benzene in the next lesson.